Rounds of Locks, the series, and I got another 10 out for you today. A lot of cool stuff in here. Something really interesting I wanted to show that I found in this a lot, and a couple master, looks like a master, and a couple other things that I thought was neat. Basically, I was just showing you what we have left to the left there, and to pan right, we have what we've done so far. So, if any of that stuff looks interesting to you, keep watching, and we'll go through that too. But let's get started on this 10. Let's start off with this little Reese. It's different than the ones I've seen before. I've seen them with a black finish. I've never seen them with this brown finish, so that's interesting. But they're just little lightweight warded padlocks. Pretty neat lock. It's a two-part construction. Looks like the back is, or the front is crimped onto the back to hold that together. Lost my focus there. And nothing too interesting about this. No key or anything like that. Just a little Reese. Let's see what the tag says. Sometimes we find some weird stuff on those. Just says Reese padlock. Ford 4619 number 6. No key. Whoa! Yeah, I can see why this one ended up in the pile. Looks like it says $10 or $70. I'm not sure. probably wouldn't sell for either one. So, little brown Reese. Maybe it's a limited edition. I don't know. But next up, we got another one of these brass Slacos. This one's actually the patina is really pretty nice on it. You know, you can see the darkness, you know, contrasting with the recesses contrasting with the flat spots of the body. So that's kind of cool. And then it's got a number 6 on it, and it's in a lot better shape as far as like usually the 6 is kind of like smeared over or something like that. So I don't know if this is an older one that they took a little bit more care in making or what, but just a little brass Slaco warded padlock. Another one of these. But nothing too fancy, but beautiful patina on that. I feel like a broken record always talking about the beautiful patina, but I just love that old look. This is a 5-disc cylinder, rustless. Not sure who makes it. It says on the key, which appears to be original, just a cylinder lock, to be made in the USA. I think, yeah. Key works, but not very high security. I don't see any pulls or anything like that, so I'm not sure if there's like an internal mechanism that stops it from, you know, unlocking or whatever. But anyway, it's probably a, you know, it feels like a, you know, compared to the cheap locks of today, it feels like a decent lock, but it was probably a cheap lock back in its day. But yeah, you can see pretty shallow bitting and even some zeros there. But yeah, it's got kind of that recessed keyway too. Focus on that. Sorry. No, it doesn't want to do it. There we go. But anyway, little rustless 5-disc cylinder with a key that I can't get back in there. There we go. Next, we got this little Sentry, and it's probably just a little warded padlock. Neat keyway on it. The shape of that keyway is pretty neat. I've never seen one like that. It's pretty seized up. Looks like it's seen some use. So obviously made out of metal, some kind of iron, you know, tin or not tin, but pot metal or something like that. 'Cause it's all rusty. But I love that keyway. That's always neat to see. So I don't know if I'll be able to get that one open. But yeah, that's a little Sentry. And then we got a frame, and this kind of looks like those Slaymakers or those Slacos. It's a little, it's cool because it's got the removable shackle. That was interesting when they did that. In case I guess you're locking up something bigger or smaller, you could adjust it, but it doesn't seem to want to move. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, so now, like I said, if you got something small, you know, a small hasp or something like that, you use that, and it'd be harder to cut the shackle and stuff like that on it. So that's pretty neat, but beautiful patina once again, and heavy for being a warded lock. It's pretty solid. So little frame padlock, pretty cool. And this one's, I don't know, I've never seen one like this before. This is a Slaymaker. I think it says, I don't know what this is. I tried scratching it off, and it's on there pretty good. And I thought, I'll just leave it. But it says something tumbler, plate tumbler or something. And then it says Ush key, maybe a push key or something. I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more. But I've never seen one like this before. It's got a patent number on it. And it's got that, like, really neat brass plate, you know, kind of like they were trying to make it look fancy, or they're, like, you know, proud of it. So they made that really fancy brass plate for it. But that finish is kind of neat. It's kind of like a textured finish, and some kind of black enamel. But yeah, you can see it's got kind of like a Damascus-ish looking hue to it, and it looks like the shackle's brass. So it was a pretty neat lock back in its day, I suppose. But that's the Slaymaker something tumbler with a key. I don't know if it's a push key. I don't know. I'll let you know what I find out on it. But that's one of the first times I've looked at that well. Got one of these master locks. These are a 77. I did a video on this a while back of the cutaway. I managed to find it had the cutaways in the back there. I guess I'll show you. Maybe it'll entice you to go back and... Oh, no, can't show you. But anyway, they made cutaways of these because it was probably close to one of the first pin tumbler locks Master Lock ever offered, and maybe even, you know, ever offered. So, but they had a cutaway of it. Someone soldered a plate over the cutaway to make it actually a usable lock. and then I ended up buying it on an auction on eBay and removing that plate, and there was a cutaway. By the way, I'll let you know a little secret. The key code on this one is A6036. The cutaways are 7777. So if you see one at an antique shop or a, you know, anywhere, online, an eBay auction, or, you know, some kind of auction, or a garage sale even, if it says 777 on it, and it's got some kind of a plate soldered to it or something like that, I mean, if you can see the back, it's obviously not a cutaway, but if you can't see the back, or it, you know, has the cutaways in the back, it's actually worth quite a bit of money. So, I'd love to see a bunch of these start leaping out in people's collections, because I got 3 of them, I think, and I sold a couple to some really, really nice collectors. And I don't really collect locks, but I do collect master locks, so I did keep one for myself. But anyway, that's your tip of the day. If it says 777, 4 sevens, it's probably a cutaway, and it's worth about, you know, anywhere from $100 to $150. So, and you know, when they don't know what they're worth, they usually sell for about, you know, this lock in particular, if it's not a cutaway, it'll sell for $15 or something like that. Sometimes you'll be able to get a really, really good deal on that. Like I said, especially at a garage sale, you might find it in the bottom of an old bucket full of tools or something. So, anyway, that's the Lion Master Lock. And I guess I never really, I love that lion mosaic they had on these. I mean, that was just so cool. Had the lion, it said Master, and kind of was framed in there. I just love that. So, I guess I never really did a close-up. Okay, I'm done talking about this one now. Sorry. But our next 3, I'm going to kind of do as a group, because I thought this was really funny. So I pulled this one out, and I was like, Yale Jr. We've all seen these, you know, by the droves. And then I've seen one of these kind of chromed out ones. I had one, I still ended up selling it, but anyway, it's a little bit bigger. So if this was Yale Junior, this would be a Yale Senior, I would think. And then I saw this one in there and kind of got a chuckle out of it, because this thing is a monster version, you know, of a Yale Junior, but they still named it a Yale Junior. So all 3 sizes of these came in that lot. So I don't know if that came out of a collector's stash or whatever, but it's just pretty funny that they're all called Yale Junior, and they all have extremely similar bodies, and I'll bet you they even, you know, have the same keyway and have the same number of tumblers and all that stuff, or, you know, wafers. But you can see here this one's open, but yeah, nothing else really too fancy about them. Sorry about that. Couldn't think of what I wanted to say, but pretty funny. Just the Yale Junior, and then basically the larger version, and then the largest version. So that's a pretty neat thing. That'll probably look neat in some Yale collector's collection. So anyway, that's our 10 for today. Sorry I did the last 3 together, but I wasted a bunch of time talking about that Lion Master Lock. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're liking this series. And like I showed you at the beginning, you can see the bottom of the basket now, so we are getting near the end of this series, and a lot of you are probably like throwing your hats in the air, you know, in celebration because you don't listen to me talk anymore. but this has been so much fun, and thanks for watching, and I hope you come back and see some more locks with me. And now for the class picture. Talk about that Master Lock anymore, but I didn't want to leave you hanging in case you hadn't seen the video with the cutaway. This is the cutaway I found, number 7777. As you can see, this one is a A6036. So this one's not a cutaway, but this is the one that I uncovered. Like I said, you can see this kind of the remnants of the solder there. I tried to clean it up the best I can, but I kind of wanted to leave it too because it makes a neat story. But anyway, you can see the cutaway of the, you know, like the actuator, the you know, the cylinder, and then how the shackle locks up. So that's what those cutaways look like. And I have not failed yet at the 7777 being the cutaway. So like I said, you can tell this one's been heated up because it's got a lot of scale on it. But came with this aftermarket key, which worked, which I thought was pretty nice. But see everything moving there. See the pins, the key pins there. I can get a focus, yep. But I bought some of these blanks, and I had a Lion version cut. Now, just so you know, this is not original. This one originally came with the really old Master Lock pin tumbler key that just said Master on it, because these are actually newer. But I thought it'd be cool to match those up, so I ended up paying way too much for a blank and cutting that bitting into it. So anyway, okay, now I'm done. But yeah, that's what the cutaways look like. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.